When you have a website that generates thousands of visitors a month, it is easy to generate leads. What happens if you have little to no traffic to your website? How do you generate leads? Hey everyone, I am Majid Chaudhry from SEO Expert Tips, and today, I am going to break down the best way to generate leads, either through paid ads or search engine optimization. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this video. And if you are new on my YouTube channel, subscribe it and click the alert icon. That way when I release more videos and more tips like this, you will get notified. You can generate tons of leads through many different methods, but they are not all equal. The real question is, what is better for lead generation? Paid ads or search engine optimization? Before we get started, make sure you have watched our previous video regarding Pinterest keyword research tool to boost up your website traffic. Usually, paid ads are the good choice for any business to get short-term results and lead generation towards their business. Everyone can get targeted traffic to his business website from day one, but you have to spend continuous money on your online paid ads. On the other hand, once you have optimized your website for search engines, this SEO can bring you traffic to your website for free, for long periods of time. So, in plain words, when you stop expenditure on your SEO, you will still get continuous traffic for a long duration. Also, if you don't pay to any SEO firm like SEO Expert Tips to optimize your site to get that traffic, even you can do it yourself for free. So, before we dive into which one has better return on investment, let's take a look at the pros and cons of each of both. If you are planning to utilizing paid ads for lead generation, you have to aware about the pros and cons of paid ads services for lead generation. Here are some pros of paid ads. Number 1, very fast results. Immediately after the start of your campaign, you can start getting clicks on your website. Maybe it will not always be profitable, but still, you will get the clicks towards your website. Number 2, manipulation of data according to your need. After running your paid campaigns, the data that you get from these campaigns is amazing, and you get the data fast. You can get a true picture of your winning keywords and losing keywords, and you can easily judge which of your keyword is working the best, and what is best for you from a demographic perspective, geography segment, and with this method, you can manipulate this data for generating more leads, and to optimize your site in real time. Number 3, targeted traffic driven. We love the targeting with paid ads. You can have as many options with targeting as you want. Not just being country to state based, you can also target city specific or country specific. Even within a certain radius of your business, or gender-based or even age-based. Not only that, you can personalize almost each and every single area of your segmentation that allows you to fine-tune relevant messaging according to each form of segment, and that's easy to do with paid ads. We went down the pros of paid ads campaign, but there are some cons of paid ads as well, which can be described as: Number 1, you must have to spend money on your paid ads, or you are not indeed going to get anything from it. That's the sad part of paid ads campaign. Useless to say that, if you don't have the money to spend on your ads, the ads aren't for you. Well, that's okay. But keep in mind, some ads are highly profitable. If they were not, people wouldn't keep doing them, and if you are willing to just spend a little bit of money up front, or you sign up for some of those hosting companies that give it to you for free, you'll be able to figure out really quickly if you can generate money from your paid ads. But here's another con: continuous increasing costs. Even though you're generating revenue from it, and you can scale up really quickly, it typically starts costing more and more money as you scale up. We are not talking about spending more money. Of course, you're going to spend money because you are scaling up. But your cost per lead, your cost per visitor, your cost per conversion, It keeps typically going up as time goes on when you're scaling up, or time just goes on. You know, if we go back 10 years ago, CPCs were really very cheap, and at that time you were able to get leads of hundreds of dollars by spending a few cents. But now they are more expensive in those days, and next year, it can even more expensive. During COVID-19, things still went up in cost, and the cost per customer continually goes up, for which you need to keep spending more and more money to acquire customers over time, and that's why you have to optimize your funnel. Now we will discuss some pros and cons of using SEO for lead generation instead of paid ads. Let's break down the pros and cons of utilization of search engine optimization, SEO, for lead generation. Number 1, SEO is scalable. When your SEO efforts start paying off, and be assured that, from every 100 struggling persons, minimum 50 succeeded and often get reward of their SEO efforts. As long as you just keep doubling down and doing the right things, or at least put on maintenance mode. SEO results have a tendency to multiply over the time, and the more authority your website gets, the more authority you have in the space, the better off you are going to do. Number 2, SEO works 24/7. The major difference between PPC and SEO is the moment you stop investing on them. You don't get any further leads and traffic from ads. But with SEO, you still keep getting the traffic. And you don't need to add additional funds to keep your campaigns on daily basis. Good, it could be cheering. You don't have to turn off your campaigns because no one is managing the phones. With SEO you still get a lot of traffic. Number 3, SEO is very profitable. According to a study of Forrester Consulting during the year 2020, they found that the customer's lifetime value is higher with SEO traffic than the paid advertising. And SEO is more engaging, which creates abundant better brand loyalty in the long run. The cost per achievement is much lower than the paid campaigns, which makes SEO very attractive in the long term. According to HubSpot, 61% of B2B marketers stated that SEO and organic traffic generated more leads than any other marketing activity. In other words, SEO gets more clicks and more conversions. According to WordStream, Google Ads gets an average click-through rate of 3.17% on search, and 0.46% on display. In comparison, in a study by Brian Dean, in the year 2019, he found that the number 1 result in Google's organic search gets an average CTR of 31.7%, and according to the recent data from Uber suggest, it has been found that it is still above 24% for most keywords on a global basis. Now let's discuss some cons of SEO, because there are cons of SEO as well. SEO takes time. You need results straight away. It will not be going to happen. You want results within a period of 3 months? You may get some results, but not what you are looking for, and it is super competitive, and it is getting more and more competition, because it produces a higher ROI. SEO traffic does not convert. The other issue with SEO is that the SEO traffic doesn't convert as well. Remember, to rank really high in Google, you have to write lots and lots of content, in a shape of articles or blogs. Those pages don't convert as well versus the page that says, "Oh, looking for home insurance? Put in your phone number or your address and click the next button to get in." You can't really do this with SEO. You actually have to create contents for your pages. SEO work can destroy unexpectedly. Google can abruptly change their algorithm and rules, which can really destroy your SEO work, with a spontaneous movement of their fingers. Google has done thousands of algorithm updates. They never released a number, but it is a lot. They are releasing changes daily. You just don't know about them, because most of them are small, but when they release the big ones, boom, with a snap of a finger, you can get impacted, and that is the crappy part about SEO. But if you do it for the interminability, you build a brand, you do what is right, you should not have too many issues. It doesn't mean you would not get fluxes, just means you shouldn't have too many issues. Which one has the best ROI in terms of lead generation? Paid Ads versus SEO. Well, now we can illustrate both the things in the context of lead generation with the help of an example. Let's take an example of a location-based keyword. For example, I am a real estate agent in Los Angeles, and I want to get people to check my apartment listings, and I am bidding for ads campaign for a keyword like Los Angeles apartments. According to Google Keyword Planner, this keyword gets searched 34,200 times per month, and will cost $1.34 per click on Google Ads. If we take WordStream's benchmark that we mentioned before, and we're running ads for this keyword, I can get an average click-through rate of 3.17%. That means I could be getting roughly 1,084 clicks per month, which would be costing me around $1,426 a month. Now, according to the same research by WordStream, Google Ads get an average of 3.75% conversion rate, which means that out of those 1,084 clicks, I would be getting 41 leads. If you had the numbers, you will find that we are spending an average of $35.65 to acquire a lead to my apartment listings. Keep in mind that out of those leads, I may not even close every single one of them, or even one of them, but assuming you fine-tuned that, you should be good, and that could be the case with SEO as well. If I want to increase my spending and my target to additional keywords, I may even spend double, triple, quadruple that per month. Now this is only viable as a temporary solution, or something that we're doing in conjunction with SEO, while you're ramping that up. If I was targeting the same keyword in SEO, and I end up ranking number 1, I will be getting roughly 11,180 visitors a month. That's almost $35,440 in paid ad traffic value each and every single month. So yeah, it could take some time to get to rank on first page, or even rank number 1, and you may not get there, but there's a massive ROI on SEO and better than pay-per-click. Then, what is the conclusion? But here is the thing. Why we don't consider pay-per-click as something that you just do, until you boost up your site with the help of SEO. As, if you are spending $1 on pay-per-click, and it makes you $2 or $3 or $5, and is profitable after recovering your costs, why would not you keep doing it? You should keep doing both over time. Keep focus on SEO for the long run, paid ads on the both short and long run. But you need to be doing both. Although, the ROI is better in SEO, but it doesn't mean that there is not an ROI in both. So don't worry, if the ROI is lower in one versus the other, you could be doing both if you need help with either of them. Bookmark SEO Expert Tips site for future articles, subscribe our newsletter, SEO Expert Tips Facebook page, and SEO Expert Tips YouTube channel for getting notified on our upcoming SEO articles.